Welcome inside the studio with Hubbard Street Dance Chicago. Hello there, I'm Hope Boykin. I am a choreographer and I'm setting a work on Hubbard Street Dance Chicago. I've known Linda Denise for many years, more than 20, even though both of us are not quite 30, and I know, fun. and when she joined Hubbard Street Dance Chicago as artistic director, she immediately reached out and said to me, because she knows that I'm a choreographer and a dance maker, if there's any idea you have, I'd love for you to come and add this to the company's repertory. And how could you say no to someone offering you an opportunity to create on a palette of dancers that's just incredible?
I knew that Hope had an amazing creative voice. It was just giving her the opportunity to voice it. You know, sometimes when you're on the road with the company, that's all you're doing. So when she retired, I was like, aha, perfect chance for her to come and work with the company.
I grew up watching Alvin Ailey with my mom when I was little, so it's also very cool to have Hope in the studio now and just be learning from her. This is the first interaction that we've ever had together professionally. And so just getting to kind of see part of her whole dance career and now be in the studio with her, it's very special.
I think that this needs to soften because then we can have a place to grow. If we're always here, you can only go nowhere.
I've been going through a lot of different changes and emotions, as I'm sure so many of us have over the last several years, but I also retired and transitioned from being a 20-year member with the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. So all of these years of dancing other people's thoughts and visions has sort of transformed into, what do I have to say? Really, dance is the language that we don't have to speak. We don't have to have the same relationship to anything except movement. And movement is healing. Movement is, we use it to mourn, we use it to celebrate. And that's what I feel like I'm seeing when I'm surrounded with these artists. I feel like I'm sharing about understanding that this journey that I'm on is mine. It can't be compared to anyone else's. So this route, the lane that I'm creating is what I've found has been most important to me. And so how do I convey all of that? How do I share this information? How do I let the dancers know that even though they're all individual, they're all beautifully and wonderfully made as individuals, that they're walking on their own path?
Hope loves the word no, that is a fact, but she loves it in a way where it's going to lead to what is right or what needs to happen in the moment in order to elevate what she's trying to say. And so I think us as dancers, we're kind of afraid of that word initially, but in this process specifically, I feel like no is the path to yes, and having us trusting that our choices is contributing to what she's trying to express or share with this piece.
To be a part of the Guggenheim Works in Process, they sent me away for 3 weeks to start the process of creating this work. So I came in with a bit of a vocabulary, but I wasn't locked into that vocabulary. What's fortunate for me is that they were able to translate my movement language on their bodies so quickly, and it felt like it was right for them. I didn't have to make so many adjustments, but I also surrendered what my initial thoughts were to whatever they were giving me. They would say, well, is it to the right? And I'm like, well, what would you like it to be? What looks best on them? With Jonathan Alsbury and Craig Black, rehearsal directors, they were also able to see and help me manipulate the work. Hope maybe this, Hope try that. And so every part of this opportunity, every part of this experience has just pushed me forward. And I really am leaving here with a lot of confidence because of the love that I've gotten, am getting.
I hope that the audience can maybe find pieces of themselves in the narrative that's being created here, because I think how Hope created this piece, it's coming from a personal and like a very honest place. And so I hope the audience can tap into that.
we're getting into Hope's creativity as a choreographer and also Hope's creativity as a poet. So I'm hoping that the audience will be bathed in both of those gifts that she has and see how those converge.
You know, honestly, I have been struggling with my health in this last year, and so sometimes there are things that weigh you down physically, emotionally, and every day I've come into this space, I've left feeling 200% better. Every day, these dancers, these artists, the support team, rehearsal director, Linda Denise is artistic director, have made me feel like I'm a part of this family, that I have this like love surrounding me. So how could it not be successful simply because they are the success? They are the ingredients to the success. And I'm not just saying that, like it is overwhelming to know that I'm gonna leave here in a few days. Like what am I gonna do without? How can I won't laugh with, you know, like, but they've fed me, so it'll continue to feed me as I go to my next thing, the next hope thing.